Hey everybody, it's Anna. Welcome to the Friday card in this week's tarot story. Today we have the Three of Swords. Swords are connected to the mind. They're about ideas, beliefs, challenges, expectations. And the number three is about growing momentum. So this card represents an increase in momentum for the mind. Now, I know it looks like there's a heart being stabbed and it's about broken hearts, right? But it's a swords card. We're not talking about a broken heart here. We're talking about expectations being thwarted, right? So this is where the mind learns a very important lesson, or it's being offered the opportunity to learn a very important lesson. So the mind likes to have a predictable path. It likes to have a strategy, a plan of how things are going to work out. When that doesn't happen, the mind can feel very betrayed, very upset, right? Things are supposed to go this way, they're not going that way, and the mind will try to figure out what went wrong. What did I do wrong? Who messed me up? So it's looking for the story of who's to blame because it doesn't want to agree this is where we are. It wants to argue it shouldn't be this way. That's resistance, and that creates suffering, which I think this card does feel like there's some suffering being evoked, right? But the suffering is because the mind is resistant to what is in front of it, because it thinks it knows best how to move forward. So the opportunity here is for the mind to realize that this is not how things have worked out. Resistance is not going to do any good. It's just going to make it impossible to engage what's in front of it. Like, there is a situation in front of you. There is a way to move forward, but you can't find that way to move forward if you keep getting mad about what didn't go right, right? So this is the chance, the opportunity for the mind to be supported by the intuition in releasing expectations and lightening itself up, not taking things so seriously and being open to adventure. Because even though the path is not opening the way that mind thought it would, there is a path opening, and the soul already knows that path. The soul purposefully picked that path. Therefore, this path does have magic and possibility in it. So it's where the mind begins to agree that it does not really understand everything. It's willing to kind of step out of the role of being a leader and allow the soul to become the leader. And the mind becomes a supportive role to the leader. And that's why momentum picks up for the mind. If it can learn this, then it doesn't get stuck in this moment of resistance. If it holds on, right, then it's just going to it's kind of digging in to this point of feeling bad and sorry for itself. We become a victim. We become the world's against us, or we are terrible. We're not good enough. All those stories the mind can gravitate toward, that's what's going to happen if it gets stuck here. But when the mind goes, oh, maybe it's not how I expected. Maybe something better is coming, because that's always the case, by the way. The mind always thinks smaller than what is possible. The soul is able to think infinitely expansively, right? So there is something bigger available, but the mind has to learn how to hold its own expectations lightly, to be willing to release them, to not dig in its heels, but to say, okay, well, let's see what's possible. I feel like this whole week has been a negotiation between wands, which is about power, inspiration, and energy, and the mind, which is struggling to keep up. So this card is, I think, a lovely way to end the week. Basically saying we're helping the mind let go, to release, to not feel so responsible, to not feel so vigilant. Like it's got to hold on to the story of who we are, how we relate, or where the danger is. But being able to be a little more lighthearted, to let itself be cleansed by the intuition, which, by the way, the rain falling, it's what that is, right? The rain is soothing the heart, relaxing the heart, because water is connected to intuition. The mind needs to be soothed and loved by the soul and encouraged that it's okay that this didn't work out this way. Something else is on the way, and we're going to find out what it is together. So consider this week especially how you can help your mind let go of old stories, old ideas, old feelings of responsibility, and help it to be part of the journey that your inspiration and your intuition is already leading you on. It wants to be part of the party. It just needs to be invited. See you next time for our next tarot story. Bye.